This is a review on the Forex Enigma. First thing I have to tell you, I looked all over the internet for reviews. I found none. The only reviews I would find is things on YouTube, probably by this company or friends of this company that all relate you back to buying this product, or otherwise they have other scalping or other products they're trying to sell. So not one legitimate review, and often this is a case when you want to try and find an honest review. You're not going to find it. You have a bunch of crooks who are trying to review their product on different websites with different videos. They own the product, they're trying to review it elsewhere. Or somebody on YouTube or somewhere in the internet is trying to review the product, and then they're trying to actually say it's bad and trying to sell you their product instead. It just makes you sick. It's so hard to find an honest review, so this is as honest a review as I could give you on the Forex Enigma. I hope it helps you. Watch and see what you think. This is going to be an overview of the Forex Enigma. I purchased it because, once again, when you purchase it through ClickBank, you have a 60-day trial or money-back guarantee, which is good. This program really looked too good to be true, and of course, it didn't pan out like I was hoping it would. The support, the tech support is very good. If you send this Carl an email, he will email you back within the next 12 to 24 hours. He's very prompt, very dependable that way. But the bottom line is this Forex Enigma did not really work at all. The majority of the trades were losing trades. Basically, before I buy or sell, I look to make sure that both of the columns, the 5-minute and the 1-minute chart, both say buy or sell, so they're in conjunction with each other. That increases your odds. You can also look at the general trend of the currency, but because you're scalping, I wasn't so concerned about the general currency's trend. Here is the first signal we got to do a Great Britain JPY, and then after we did it, I set the stop losses. And again, it didn't turn out well. It closed out a loss as a bottom line. You wait for next signal. Here's a signal coming up right here. Again, it was a, what was it? There was another buy signal. And so I set stop losses. Again, I set these stop losses a little bit more lenient. On the Great Britain Japanese yen, I did about 20 pip target, or 25 or 30 pip target, I don't remember, and about 15 pip stop loss to give it some breathing room. On the other two currencies, the Great Britain USD and the Euro JPY, I put about 15 pip target and about, I think it's 7 or 8 or 10 pip stop loss. So again, I set looser stop losses than they recommended, just because I wanted to give it a little more breathing room and give it a chance, because I was using tailneck server and the spreads are a little larger, like 3 or 4 pip spreads on a lot of them. Euro, Great Britain pound, it's bigger yet. So I left a nice lenient stop loss to try and help things out. But again, after saying that, we ran through a number of trades. It was done. This was done Wednesday morning, August 17th, 2016. I was in there for about 3 or 4 hours doing trades. And again, here we got another signal. That's Great Britain JPY again. A few of them I closed out manually, because when you're in a buy, then you get a sell signal. When that happens, I normally close them out. But here again, both said buy, so I gave it a shot. But again, unfortunately, it just didn't pan out too well. You close about $50 stop loss. But this happened time and again. You know, most of the signals when they went to buy or sell on both the top and the bottom, I took the trades, giving it every chance I could, and bang, it normally, if you look down here, it normally turned out to be a loss. I'm going to zoom on this bottom screen just so you can get a better idea. Okay, now here's the trading in the yellow, or the trades basically for today, the 17th. And again, they did not work out well. Again, today is the 17th, the ones I marked down. I also had some trades I'd done a day or two earlier, and I left them on overnight because my computer was turned off. And again, these are a couple trades that happened overnight, and of course they made good money, but that's not realistic, because you're not going to leave trades unmonitored overnight without a stop loss. But even so, you'll see overwhelming losses compared to winners. It's disappointing, it's sad but true. I'll just show you one more thing. Okay, here are trades I've taken through tailnecks, and again, these are a lot of these units where I maybe have left the trades on overnight, didn't monitor my computer, and of course, and when I saw it was when I had a mental thing when I had a $50 profit or more, I normally shut it off. But because wasn't monitoring my computer, a lot of these trades turn out fairly well overnight or if they're on for 2 or 3 days. But realistically, here I used the basically no stop losses. Then they used the standard stop losses for a while that they recommended, but they were too tight, I believe, because of the spreads in the currency. So I thought I'd be more liberal. And towards the end, I put larger stop losses and a little larger take profits. But again, anything you see here with a $50 or $40 profit, those were basically left on with all the stop loss or take profit. They were overnight trades. And that's not realistic. But unfortunately, when I started really using the tailnecks, which is the company I use for their demo, the Tailnext demo account. I've only traded a few days with this Enigma, and again, the trades were pretty pitiful. So again, I just think if you're going to trade wisely. You can't go wrong because you do get a money back guarantee. You can try it up to 60 days. But again, to be honest, I think every single thing I've done through ClickBank, and I've done probably a dozen different things now, not one of them has worked. And a lot of this is the best technical support I've had. This man really tries to help you out, but there's another trade that's coming in now, but it's just they don't work. It doesn't make a difference if these trades are coming in because if they don't work, you can take all the buys and sells you want, and it's just not going to happen for you. So that's my thoughts. I cannot recommend the Forex Enigma, but if you want to try it free, it's cheap enough. You'll tap the money out of your account for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but after it's all said and done, you're going to cash in, get your money back. But if you do try this and you do find it's working, please make a comment on this video because again, this Carl, the man who's in charge of this, he seems to try and be very helpful, but helpful or not, if the trades don't work, they don't work. So I hope this helps you. God bless and have a good one and trade wisely. Please subscribe if you want to see more goodies.